drag into the rocks. Yeah, we're dragging. This is just what we needed.
We spent 4 years rebuilding our boat from scratch. And now we're finally out here living life at sea. It is easy to think the hardest days are behind us and that all that's left now is to sit back, relax, and enjoy paradise. Or at least, that's what we thought. Because life at sea has its own plans. Sometimes gifting you calm sunsets, and other times storms that remind you who's really in charge.
Both me and MP thought, let's go into town, leave the dogs, leave the kids behind, and have a nice night in town until we were at the bar. And all of a sudden, the power went off. All the little courtesy lights of the bar kept flying and smashing. So we're like, pay this bill, we're going back to the boat. We got into the dinghy, we came here, and we are so close. Oh my gosh, like we are so close to the beach right now, but we've got waves coming from 2 or 3 different directions. I don't know, first thing we did is lifted the dinghy because we don't want that behind us. I don't know if we're dragging or not. We put the anchor drag alarm on, or at least we can see where we've been to at least monitor if we're in a nice circle and not dragging. But this wasn't even supposed to happen today, wasn't it? Tomorrow afternoon, evening. This might not even be it. It might even be worse tomorrow. So what we're doing now is just bringing everything in. Cushions, they all go inside over here. Don't want to lose them. And just, I don't know, strap stuff down and just keep an eye out on dragging. It's not a cyclone or anything or a hurricane, but how are you feeling about it?
A little bit scared because this wind was even on the TV, like high alert about it, but it was supposed to be tomorrow night, not tonight.
Anyway, my plan now, what are we going to do? Make sure everything's just strapped down, because this might be nothing, but it might be something. Stand up paddle, let's make sure that's strapped down. The kayak, check the snubber is on properly. My gosh, the sheets are flying in all directions.
The dinghy is lifted.
Dinghy is lifted. Alarms, navigation, anchor drag on. Edit alarm hour area. Let's put it like here. Set center. If we leave this circle now, even when you close it, if we leave this circle, we'll get an alert. It might seem silly, but I take down the flag, or at least I fold it up or tie knots into it, because if this flag flaps like this for a full night, this flag isn't going to last very long. If we drag, yeah crap, we'll drag into the rocks. The entire city, or maybe even the entire island, is out of energy. There we go, see, it just went back on. Let's go in. 30. No worries, you guys remember we had a barbecue at 40 knots, so we should be fine.
This is quite scary.
We're dragging.
We are?
Yeah. I'll need you at the bow locker. Lift up the chain and we're going to go to the other end of the bay. Often when you see these zigzags, you're like zigzagging further away. That is dragging. I think it's mainly because of the gusts blowing the bow to one side, and then we straighten up. The gust blows the bow to the other side and it kind of yanks and yanks it. I think we are dragging, eh? Yeah, we're dragging. We're at the maximum of our chain capacity, which is unfortunate, and we're going towards rocks. So I say we lift the anchor as soon as possible and head at least into the middle of the bay, if anything, so we can drag, not into rocks. Or towards here.
There are too many boats.
No, behind the boats, towards the island. There, to be better. But right now behind us is rocks, and I don't want to be there. The longer we wait, the more we're going to drag. We're zigzagging backwards. just what we needed.
To the left.
Okay, I'll do what I can. I can't go too far left. If I lose the bow, we'll hit the other boats. When the chain is straight, let me know because I have to go right.
It's right.
High lifting, I'm going to try and leave this bay.
I think we're on.
Okay, I'm off. We're going to another place. Guys, we're loose. The plan is to just leave this place because we are being blown on shore. At least if I drag anchor, I want to be blown offshore so we can, I don't know, not hit the rocks if you see what I mean. But we're loose. Super windy. So let's just go to the island for now, like more on that side.
I'll
Tomorrow
be
morning.
looking if you see anything.
Yeah, I'm using map. We're in the middle of it anywhere.
No, the boats.
Okay, keep an eye out. I'll turn the light off for now. What's crazy is MP is at the bow and it's so windy over there, so it must be hectic. I can't see her though, so don't worry. But I'm in here in the pilot house and it's quite calm. And I can't imagine what she's feeling like right now. But we're going to a nice place now, so it should be okay. We're going to reduce our anchor, or the depth of anchoring by 4 meters. And if we do drag, we drag outwards and not towards rocks. We're going to anchor anywhere on this coast, okay? I want to try here, but if anything, we go here. Tell me how far the boats are. We're going to anchor around these boats behind them.
There's a schooner we like over there.
If there are any boats between us and him, let me know.
I don't see anything. Stop, 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 stop. They're talking to us.
I don't know what's going on, but they are yelling and shaking their lights, but I don't understand.
To not hit them.
What?
To not hit them, maybe. I don't know. Let's just anchor here. We're fine. Ready?
Stop here?
Let me just straighten up again. Drop. Drop anchor 20 meters. Never stop. I can't see you. Drop anchor.
Dropping.
Drop, 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 drop.
I'm still dropping, not stopping.
Tell me when you see 30. Okay, we're in a place which seems sheltered, except there's a boat with flashing lights yelling at us. They're not on VHF, so we have no idea what they're telling us. There's so much wind. Did you hear what they told us or not? Here, if we drag, we don't drag into rocks. And it's 4 meters, it's 6 meters here, and there it was 10. We're safe, okay? Before we were going against rocks, and now we're facing open sea. Welcome to the adventure of sailing Yabá. It feels a lot calmer here already.
Not the life I want. I want to be just having coconuts, seeing fishes, going for a calm sail, enjoying sunsets, sunrises, sunbathing.
We do all of that, plus more, including dragging anchor. This is where we are now. The wind is southwest, so this is perfect. I think what the fishing boat was trying to tell us is don't come further, there's a lot of rocks. But we knew that, but we thought there was something else. Anyway, we were here, which is a good protection for a south wind if you look at it. However, we were dragging, as you can see that zigzag over there, and behind us were rocks. So we decided to weigh anchor, come all the way across the bay and over here. Very, very nice. And you can see now all these little zigzags which were getting spread apart before and now nicely piled up, which means we are not dragging, hopefully. So now that we are not dragging, let's just take 10 minutes, because even though this was a brief moment of stress, it is very stressful. This is exactly what happened to us when we were leaving up to Yabá, which was our first trip. Then this is exactly what happened to us when we left Ubatuba which was the second trip, is that the anticipated wind just comes a day earlier or like 12 hours earlier, 24 hours earlier. Either way, I can hear the wind over there. I don't know if that's just an illusion or something, but I feel we're a lot more settled here. That's an island. We're pointing towards a hill right in front of us, and on that side over there, that's just all mountains. I'm not going to put the black V snubber, I don't know if you call it, under the bowsprit. It's just a big pain to get off if something does happen again. What I do have, as you can see now, is this over here on a massive cleat in front of the windlass. Now this is super tight. The only disadvantage of this is that the chain that's going out of the boat is on this chain anchor support, making a lot of noise at night. But if we do need to move quickly, we just need to lift it a bit, take this off, and we're off. Last night was a little bit hectic. Once we relocated to this place, which is just on the other side of the bay, I don't know if the wind dropped or if we were just more sheltered. Either way, we managed to get some sleep and we didn't drag anymore. The thing is, yesterday's wind wasn't really the wind. The wind that we were going to prepare for and take our time for yesterday and today is going to come today at 9 o'clock. And I was just checking on predicament over here. It says wind speed 30 knots hitting the outside of the island. Luckily, we are quite sheltered inside a bay. However, we heard from some locals, thanks Atos for this tip, this isn't the perfect place. This place is called Abrão. There's a place just over there called Abrãozinho, which means Little Abrão, which is the little bay inside this bay, which we're going to head to right now. Make sure we do some good anchor tests and stuff, but anchor drag tests. For now, yeah. That red stuff is the 30 knots that's going to hit that side of the island, and we are anchored right over here. So it should be good wave-wise, but the wind just funnels in between these hills and creates massive gusts. We also figured out what the boat there was yelling at us for. There are rocks between us and there, which were charted on the map, so we did see them, but it's very good of them to at least shout and warn us, because maybe we came here without a plotter, and the best thing they could do is see a new boat arriving that they've never seen before and just say, don't come here, which makes sense. So thanks whoever that was, and then we just managed to anchor on the outside of this little island anyway, which gives us nice and Escuta, então ancorar aqui no vento que vem, é bom? Vou ancorar de novo, eu tava perto, valeu. It's been on deck for quite a bit though, it stinks, unfortunately. There, we got a little squid that jumped in our boat last night. So I was thinking of eating it, however it does stink, so maybe we'll just use it as bait. Look at that!
Do you think it's like a good sign that things will be okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, there is the mark on deck. How can you not see
Fishing
it?
curse is over. We don't even have to fish and we catch stuff.
And squid is summer and now it's winter. The way to go is to always talk to locals. So this guy came here, he said that the wind is predicted for 3 p.m. or 4, and that here we are good, this place. So we just need to adjust our anchoring and then we're gonna stay here.
Yeah, we anchored, we chucked out all the chain we had, and we were like on top of a buoy, which we don't want. So let's just anchor 5 or 10 meters more that way, we'll be fine. Yeah. Anchor is set, we've done a drag test, and now it's time for these guys to go for a walk. Come on, in, go Licky. Water is so clean. That's cool. So far, I think over there it's a lot worse, you see?
Ah, you can see the white horses there. And here we're fine.
Just then the ferry passed and I could see it was struggling. If this is the wind direction, we'll be perfect. Look at that. This is south. It's going to be southwest, which might be, so if that's west, it might be where that house is, which would also be good.
I'm ready now.
Yeah, look at that.
Look, the reason we are here is that a local we met suggested this place for shelter.
But we're the only ones.
We are the only ones, and I don't like that, you know?
It's a secret.
Maybe because it's a secret.
It's a secret spot.
And we are the only ones who know it, but I don't like that we are the only ones here.
The advantage of being the only one, no one will drag into us, and if we do have to weigh anchor and it's a bit of a mess, we won't annoy anyone. It'll just be us and some, what is quite annoying, not annoying, over there's a lot of fishing stuff. Tonight we're gonna go camping. What's the plan here?
This is behind the scenes. I know I'm probably exaggerating, but Ben is nice enough to accept my craziness. When we are in a situation that we have to be alert, I prefer sleeping here in the living room, so we are just closer to action by the helm or for leaving for the anchor quickly. Of course, the room is not that far, like those 5 steps and that's the room. But I just feel that being here, we probably sleep less deep, which is not good, but it's also good in this case. So I'm making it nice for us to sleep here tonight. So Ben is not so upset about me being a bit crazy. What do you say, Mommy?
I say this looks really, really cozy.
It looks cozy, doesn't it? And we can even watch some TV later.
Wasn't that difficult to get back?
Good.
When I let them up, don't let them jump on the bed, they're soaked.
Oh yeah. Okay, you can come. You can do it. Did you copy Caio?
Yeah.
I was scared Ben would be upset about sleeping in the living room, but I know Licky is not upset about it. She's not even stressed about the storm, she's really relaxed. And honestly, so far, it's only raining, but it's not windy, so even I am starting to be in a more relaxed mood. That's why we have space, mind space, to do one of our favorite things to do here on the boat, which is quiz night.
This is something we do frequently to keep our brain cells working. Some of the questions are ridiculous, but a quiz night in the sofa is something we like to do. There's a secret for you guys. Inside look into sailing Yabá.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. I've been looking at the wind. It seems like it's going more offshore. We'll still get some, but hopefully not as much as it was predicted. It's been changing. But let's just do this. I'm quite enjoying the rain. I know MP's not a person who likes rain, but just being in a boat, it's nice and still, just trickling of the rain everywhere.
To film from these 3 clues. Are you guys? One-Eyed Willie's Treasure and the Truffle Shuffle.
What?
How much?
Say at the same time or you say first?
3, 2, 1.
38 and a half.
You win. I got 34 and a half.
Really?
Yeah. If you guys want to see how you do compared to our knowledge, you got 38, I got 34 and a half points.
Without counting the 7th round.
Without counting the bonus round.
Yeah.
It is Quizmaster Dale, pub quiz at number 146. Comment below what score you got. Are you cleverer or not as cleverer? Cleverer, dumberer as us. Okay, it's like 1 a.m. The wind has picked up. It's like a constant 20 knots now here in the pilot house, or at least behind the pilot house. It's really, really calm. It's also raining. We're going to just let the wind and the weather do its thing. We've got the alarms on. We'll catch a good night's sleep, hopefully. And no issues. I can imagine that on the outside of the island, it is crazy. But as we're behind 3 layers of hills, and in this really small bay over here, I think we'll be pretty good. But let's see tomorrow morning if that's true. If the wind were to just stay in one direction, would be fine. It's like blowing one way, blowing the other way, and that causes the anchor to reset, and that's where dragging comes from. But for now, I think we're okay. Let me get down because it's quite windy. It's picked up. It's about 20 knots constant, but to be like this from 1 till 3, it might get worse. But anyway, we're gonna get some sleep. It's not even that bad. Maybe we just chose a very good place, and out there in the previous anchorage it's really windy, but just gonna get some sleep, and hopefully the next scene is just bright and early, nice smooth waters with no issues tonight.
Good morning. We made it. We survived. We survived the storm. Everything is fine. There was a lot of rain too, not just a lot of wind, but Yabá was strong, the anchor was strong, everything went well. So, you know, the calm before the storm, I hope now we get to have the calm after the storm. You can see here, we moved quite a bit, making many drawings everywhere, but all is good. We are in the same bay, but pointing the other way.
That's fine.
That's fine?
Fine as it.
Did you get sleep a little bit?
Yeah. Ooh. See you tomorrow.
Okay.
Initially it was quite stressful, but once we knew the anchor has set, we slept like a baby. Had a little bit of a lie-in because we did end up going to sleep quite late. And one thing I tried to show you yesterday, and I couldn't in the dark, is I don't know if you can see where we are. It's very flat, and just outside you can see it's already a little bit ripply. That's exactly like it was yesterday at night. Here it was really, I'd say here maybe it was 15-20 knots, gusting a bit more. But I think as the hill over here was catching most of the wind, I could see behind the boat, kind of where those ripples are, where the chop already started. So I think, thanks to Atos who suggested this anchorage for us, I think we had it really good over here, because we've been talking to some friends in the bay under us, the Saco do Céu, if you remember, which is the sky bay, the one where you can see the reflection of the sky. They had tremendous winds. Also in Paraty, in Vagabond Bay, they had massive winds. So now we know for in future, if anytime soon, if we're still on this island, of course, this is a good anchorage. Anyway, one thing I do every single time it rains, whether it's drizzle, dew, or hard rain, is get the bucket and make the entire deck, all the joints, everything on this boat salty, because on the long run, what causes wood to rot is fresh water. So the more you can keep the wood salty, the better. Looks like we're not the only ones that are happy that it's finally stopped raining. Check out this up there. Come out to the little hiding. They're all having a chat in the sun about how the wind was, if they all suffered, if their anchors dragged. It's so funny. I hope they don't try and find a place on the boat to make nests now.
The good thing about storms is that they always pass. After a few great days with nothing to do but wait, the sun finally returned. And with it, life became colorful again.
You're being smart. Now let go. Killed by mosquitoes. Which one?
Whatever your heart tells you. So usually jackfruit is really high up, like you can see, but this one is just the right height.
Guys, this wasn't just a walk in a park, it was a hike between the mangroves and the jungle to get this jackfruit.
Life at sea may test you, but it always finds a way to reward you, especially when paradise is waiting just outside your door.